Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back with week 1 of the ICP season 2. Today we're playing against D-Ray, a new layout here, but I guess I should talk about the team that I drafted since I just refused to do a draft analysis last week. It's been really busy for me, man. I'm moving across the country. Everything is packed up in my room besides there's a bin that's empty, and I have my computer and my Switch, and that's all that's left because I'm moving. But yeah, it's been a fun time. I had a really good time drafting this team. It's a really fun one, not really my style, and not a lot of Pokemon that I've used successfully in the past, but we're gonna make it work. So starting off, I wanted to draft Keldeo. I drafted it in the EDC when I played in there, and then I dropped it because I was playing very bad. I think it's a really fun Pokemon. I always think it's really annoying to play against, so we're gonna play with it here. Just a great steel type, also nice to have a great ghost, and a Pokemon that can make sure that hazards don't don't go away. So hazard play is really nice. We also have Raging Bolt, which is a Pokemon that I used a little bit in the PSL on Showdown if you guys were around all that time ago. I didn't do very much with it. I mean, I just destroyed everyone with Minior and Terapagos, but it's a really strong Pokemon. Both these Pokemon like decently slow, but hit very hard on that special side. Absolutely destroy people. I think Thunderclap is great. Calm Mind versions of Raging Bolt are super great. T-Bolt, Draco Meteor is just crazy. There's no way to switch into it. It just has insane stats and never dies to any one hit, so it's really good. We got Corner Pawn, which was really nice for me in the BBRD League. That was just such a clutch Pokemon. I had to grab it again. It's a nice spike Pokemon too. I really wanted Gliscor, but it went earlier in this round, I think, to our week 2 opponent, which is really fun. That we have to worry about that. But Corner Pawn's really nice. I mean, being able to spam Ivy Cudgel with some great other coverage options. Obviously, Power Whip, Stomach Tantrum is really good as well. It's just a really good Pokemon. Sword Stance, Trailblaze, all that sort of stuff can go crazy, or you just be a spike setter. I have Hatterene just to make sure that people don't use so many hazards against me. We have the Magic Bounce. It's just nice to have a fairy since all the fairies are gone. And there's no Terra in this league, so that makes fairies even more important. So they were just going off the board at this point. Not too many great ones left, so I want to grab this guy. I also really like Nuzzle stuff. Really fun to just spread around that. It synergizes with Hex really well, and like the lower speed Pokemon like Keldeo and the Raging Bolt. We also have a Lando Eye. I just thought if this Pokemon was still there in round 5, might as well grab it. It's really nice. I had plenty of points, so yeah, let's grab it. Sheer Force Life Orb just absolutely destroys. Doesn't have the same speed tier that it used to in old gens, but still a very strong Pokemon. Absolutely destroys people with just like Earth Power. Sludge Wave if you need it. What else do you need? A Rock Slide, Psychic, anything like that is just crazy. Also gives me a Stealth Rocker, which is nice. Then we grabbed Keldeo. Pokemon that I've never used before. I always thought it was so ass, and then King L5 used it in the BBR, and it was actually really good. I know he had it Terra, but it seems like it's actually pretty good anyways. Just very strong, great typings, nice to have your priority with a Vacuum Wave sort of stuff. It's just hard to switch into this guy, and there weren't that many great water types left anyways, so I was like, yeah, we ball. Whatever. I grabbed Vikavolt, another Pokemon that I had with the Keldeo in EDC. So it gives me Sticky Webs, also just Pokemon I love. Sun and Moon Pokemon are just so goated. Vikavolt's awesome, very slow. So Sticky Webs can be nice. It can run agility, do a lot of stuff. Very strong, especially just like a couple of the other Pokemon on my team. Basically everything except for Corner Pawn is primarily a special attacker. So we're gonna be overwhelming people on the special side for sure. Yeah, so that's that Pokemon. We also have Alolan Ninetales. It gives me setup opportunities with the Raging Bolt, with the Keldeo, with the Ogerpon, with everything. Gives me Aurora Veil, which is just great. Also, fast Ice type and Fairy type moves are just really strong. So I don't mind on doubling up on the Fairy type. Also has some other fun stuff like Encore, Disable, that sort of stuff to be able to be really annoying. And then Blizzard is 100% accurate and can freeze, which is nice. Then I needed some hazard remover because I have Hatterene to stop hazards, but I kind of want a Defogger or a Spinner. So I grabbed Talonflame. It's also really strong on my team. Nice physical attacker and very fast. Gonna really boost my speed tiers if I don't want to use Sticky Webs in these games. And yeah, it's just really nice. Flame Body's great. You can also Gale Wings for priority. And then we have a Gumshoos. It was 1 point, and if I click Banded Double Edge, everything will literally die. And if we get that under webs or something like that, it can be really strong. I know we had it in PDD and it actually like destroyed in 1 week. Like O-Code, a max, FizzDef, Pincurchin on lead, just absolutely shutting down the team that had Iron Bundle and Iron everything. So yeah, really strong team in general, something that I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun in. Hopefully I do a lot better in this season than I did last because I got my ass kicked in ICP season 2. Hopefully this will be better. But we have a lot of crazy opponents. The power level in here has risen substantially. We have a lot of crazy opponents. D-Ray, JV, Onesie Bennett, Amber Gravy. Who else is in here? A lot of people that I play as well. Mario B, Grum, Pokemon Professor, Davion, Gentleman Thomas, Frito. Like, man, it's gonna be a crazy time. And I play all those crazy coaches. So it's going to be a fun one. We're starting off against D-Ray real quick. Let's look at their team since I have been rambling for so long. They have an Iron Bundle, which absolutely destroys me. There's just no switch in on my side to a like booster Spatak or Specs a bundle. I feel like they're going to be either that booster or they're going to be heavy duty boots. Maybe choice specs, but I think booster makes more sense. Heavy duty boots can be solid as well if they're worried about any sort of hazard control from my team, the sticky webs or the spikes or the stealth rocks, whatever. Just absolutely no switching on my side to it. Gonna at least have to trade like 1 for 1. I also have Lando T. Very worried about Choice Scarf on this guy. I got destroyed in a mock from Choice Scarf. Obviously I do have stuff like Talonflame or Vikavolt, but if they predict me and click a rock move, then it's just G's at that point, so it's pretty tough. I also have a Scizor, which stops my Hatterene decently well. It's not like great into the rest of my team. It's also great into Aloe Tails, which I have to worry about. You know, being able to click Bullet Punch. I mean, against Ogerpon too. I mean, really strong there. So tough Pokemon to beat, especially like Sword Sands. I just don't eat Bullet Punches with the other stuff on my team, but they aren't incredibly bulky enough that I can't just wear them down over time. Now, the Pokemon that is incredibly bulky, that's hard for me to wear down, is the Iron Hands. Just can absolutely take any attack that I want to send that way. Probably very specially defensive. Assault Vest makes a lot of sense. If they don't bring Assault Vest, they're probably throwing. Honestly, makes so much sense. I mean, they could bring something like Shucka or Roselli Berry too, I guess, but I think AV just does that job a little bit better. Really strong. I mean, just clicks Drain Punch, Knockoff, or no, not Knockoff. EQ, Heavy Slam, Ice Punch is what I expect. Maybe Rock Slide as well to hit the Vikavolt a little bit harder. I also have a Glimora, which can set up a lot of hazards. Apparently, Toxic Debris goes through my Magic Bounds. I did not know this until we were doing our pick'ems for week 1, so make sure you go check that out with 6-foot hacks and the Pokemon Professor. That's been a good time. But I did not know that Toxic Debris goes right through it, and I had already prepped this team. I said, Wee Ball. They probably won't bring Glim anyways. It's not that great, right? I mean, it's solid. If they get a speed boost, if they get a Meteor Beam off, they can kind of wipe through a lot of stuff on my team, so I have to be worried. They also have Azelf, which is really fast, faster than everything except for Talonflame, and hits my team pretty hard. I mean, there's not great switch-ins depending on what kind of coverage they have. I do kind of... I feel like their best set is probably some sort of Focus Sash Explosion sort of set. Stealth Rocks, it's hard to click versus me when I have a Hatterene, but they probably bring like Shadow Ball, something like that to be able to deal with me. So it's a scary Pokemon too. They also have Florges. A lot of people think Florges is terrible, but once Gold goes down, Calm Mind Florges absolutely wipes the floor with me. If I let it get like 2 Calm Minds, it just 6-0s me really. I mean, not actually, but kind of. It's really tough for me to switch into, but I do have a Gold around, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, it can be scary. I also think that Trick with a Scarf or Specs. My bad. Trick, Scarf, Specs, or even like Lagging Tail or something like that could be solid. They have Bramble, which I do think comes to this game. It can potentially deal with Gold, but you know, if we don't have an item, then they can't Poltergeist me, and then I can just freely switch into it. They probably want to be able to spin somewhat on me, and they think that it can beat my Gold. So I'm gonna hopefully take that, you know, take an advantage from that. It also just hits pretty hard. Poltergeist is hard for me to switch into on my squad at all, since Gumshoos is not really a good Pokemon, especially in this matchup. It's terrible. And yeah, it's just a nice spinner and very, very annoying for me to deal with. And last, they have a Hydreigon. Doesn't have a Grace Speed tier into me at all, but it does do some good work into Raging Bolt and Goldango, who are both slightly slower than that Pokemon, which is quite annoying for sure. Nasty Plot, or like choice specs looks really, really strong, but it's hard to lock into a move. So who knows what's going to happen. They also could just be, more defensive set, which I used to love, but we lost Roost on Hydreigon, so it can't do all the same things. But yeah, still can be a scary Pokemon. But we're hopefully going to be able to destroy D-Ray with a really fun team. We're going to start off with our Keldeo here. Hope you guys like the team builder for this that I just made, whipped up in like the last hour. If you guys don't, then I'll go back to the other one. But I think this is fun. It's a little bit of a mix-up. But Keldeo here. We are sub, Calm Mind, Surf, Vacuum Wave. So what this does is that I substitute on a lot of Pokemon on their team, actually. I can sub on like a switch, so I don't have to predict. I can click a Calm Mind for free. And then Vacuum Wave at +1 destroys the Hydreigon, destroys the Iron Bundle. I have no speed to be able to outrun Lando, which is really important. So I absolutely destroy that thing with Surf, even if not +1. And yeah, Modest just absolutely goes ham. Even if they want to switch in stuff like the Florges or the Brambleghast, they don't, take. I mean, they do take a decent bit from that. I do expect them to be Wind Rider, which is why I'm not running Icy Wind or Blizzard on my Ninetales, because they would stop that, and I don't want that to happen. But yeah, sub, Calm Mind to lefties looks so good. Why am I so tired? I have no clue. Next up, Golden Go, right under my Keldeo there. Really fun set. If we do see Lando T and the Brambleghast, I always just lead Gold. It's air balloons, so they can't touch me with Lando unless they're like Scarf U-turn, which we will find out off the bat, because I assume that they're going to be Scarf or they're going to be like some sort of setup set, right? I don't think anything else makes that much sense. So if they hard swap out, then they're set up. If they U-turn out, then they're most likely Scarfed. If they stay in, they might just, click Stealth Rocks or something and be more defensive then. But we can, get a gauge on that. Then we can't get touched by Poltergeist from the, from the guy, the Bramble. The Air Balloon also can be nice for the Iron Hands, which probably clicks EQ versus me. The Shadow Ball is really nice versus their team. Make It Rain is also hard for them to swap into besides that Iron Hands. And if we get a plot up, we do a lot. We can recover off a lot of damage. Have some Spadef, so we should be able to eat even like Specs Hydro from a bundle. We also have Ogerpon Cornerstone here with some spikes. I don't think they have great ways to spin versus me. Glamora can't spin versus Gold. The other guy can't spin versus Gold, the Bramble. So we just set up some spikes. It's really strong here. Man, I didn't do my EVs on all these guys. Oh, you guys are going to have to deal with it. I will tell you my EV spreads, though. I promise I will do that. We are max attack with a lot of speed, some HP, jolly sort of stuff. Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip, Stomping Tantrum looks really strong here. Stomping Tantrum destroys Glamora. It does a lot of damage into the hands, even though Power Whip is a little bit better into them. Then Ivy Cudgel, just like no good resist on their team. Even if they go Lando, I have like the 1 in 8 to crit them with a high crit chance, which does a ton to them. So yeah, they don't want to switch into this guy at all. So I'm gonna have to choose whether I want to get up a spike or just like destroy anything on their team. We also have Talonflame. I am max attack with a lot of speed and HP. We should outrun most of the stuff on their team. Obviously, will not be outrunning the Iron Bundle, but we can outrun an Azelf. U-turn plus Flare Blitz is actually just really strong. We have Roost and Defog as well. This Pokemon can switch into the Scizor. I don't need defense to be able to do that. +2 knockoff will be able to knock me out, but we should be able to eat a decent amount of bullet punches and just be able to threaten them with Flare Blitz, which they don't switch into at all. I mean, Lando, maybe they don't want to get burned by that, and they might not have great ways to hit me. I mean, Stone Edge should be a run on them, but it's a, toss up. Are they going to be set up to be able to outrun me? With Choice Scarf, all that sort of stuff. So I like this Pokemon. It's nice to have the Defog as well, just in case they do get up their hazards early in the game. Next up, we have our Hatterene, which is literally just max HP, max Spadef, Sassy Nature, Assault Vest. I need to be able to take any sort of hit from an Iron Bundle, so this is a Pokemon that does it. It also takes on the Azelf pretty well, and the Florges kind of well, and Special Lando, if for some reason they bring that. And it takes on the Hydreigon pretty well, actually. I just spam Nuzzle versus most Pokemon on their team in Draining Kiss. If the Scizor is there, I can predict with Mystical Fires. Psyshock is really nice into the Florges. And it's just a really strong Pokemon in general versus their team. Has just a very high base special attack, so they're not really going to want to switch into that. and then, you know, just I'm really annoying for them. So love to see this Pokemon. I think it's going to do some good work. You can also swap in on like the Azelf if they want to set up rocks, T-Wave, anything like that, can bounce it back. And last but not least, we are going to be a Choice Scarf Alolan Ninetales with a decent amount of speed and special attack investment. Blizzard, and did I really run Blizzard on this guy? I thought I ran Ice Beam. I did run Blizzard instead of Ice Beam, so man, I did bad with my my thing here. Oh well. But we have Weather Ball as well, which should be able to hit the Bramble, and it's just a really strong click into them. Only 10 base power less than the Blizzard under the snow, although we have limited snow turns. But Moonblast with Choice Scarf should be able to destroy a Iron Bundle with just a little bit of chip, like after rocks or something like that. Absolutely destroys them, and I get, you know, I catch them off guard. They miss a Hydro Pump versus me, or if I live by like some miracle, if they're not specs or something like that, then I can just be able to destroy them easily. They don't switch into Moonblast as well. Like they might be able to switch out into Scizor, which, you know, is just a free swap to Talonflame. I have a really good cycle here with these Pokemon, and breaking it down makes my team really, really shine in the late game. You know, once we get that Scizor down, once we get the Iron Hands worn down, once we get the bundle down, I mean, it's just really easy for me to take advantage of the other stuff on their team. I do have Veil if I need it. I am thinking that they might have Veil bundle as well, which would be really funny if we have a war like that. But I do have Defog, so I can get rid of their own Veil if they do run it, since we are snow warning here. But yeah, I also just, you know, spam moves. It's really strong to have this fast Choice Scarfer that they just really don't have a way to be able to take advantage of. They're like potential Scarfers, I think, are Hydreigon or the Lando, and I'll be outrunning both of those and just one-shotting both of those. So I should be in a good position here. Yeah, but that's going to be it for the team builder. Hope you guys do enjoy, even though I messed up all the EV spreads because I am a dunce. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this battle. It was a really fun one. And here's to hopefully beating some D-Rays. All right, we are here facing off against D-Ray. They do bring the hands Azelf, which is not something that I 100% expected. Lando is here, hands, bundle, scary, Florges, and Bramble. Bramble makes sense. I did kind of expect that guy. Their team does not like Keldeo. I mean, it's actually pretty solid into it, but I mean, it's still pretty solid. I mean, Keldeo is very good. I have, you know, Hatterene that's great against Azelf. Golden Go beats the Florges. I do like the gold lead though, is kind of my idea. They don't have a great swap into gold. I mean, I can click Make It Rain on the first turn. I can always get a hit from bundle. I'm air balloon, so the Lando can't do anything. Worst case scenario, I'm getting damage on the hands. And they're probably going to lead something that can deal with Ogre to some extent. So I think we're just going to lead with gold and get rid of my air balloon so I don't die to a Poltergeist from Bramble. So I'm just going to go for that. That's kind of the game plan. They're probably very surprised to see no Raging Bolt. I think it would have been solid here. But I mean, I don't know. I can't let the gold die because Florges can be a threat, especially if they're Calm Mind. Can be worried about that. I got cooked in a mock. Thanks to King for helping me out with that. Thanks to everyone. Join my Discord if you want to help me out with these games. Had a couple people help. Hunky took a look at it. You know, a couple other people too. But yeah, I mean, I'm always nervous to start a new league, and this is no different. We're gonna lead off with Azelf. I mean, I'm just gonna go hard out to the I'm just gonna go hard out to Hatterene, right? I think hard Hatterene always makes sense. I mean, what do they really go on Hat, right? They can't. I mean, what, they could Shadow Ball here, something like that. I mean, I could just Shadow Ball them back, right? I mean, Shadow Ball is very, very free on this turn. I think. I mean, they could like Flamethrower me or something. They always would die. I can defog and stuff if I need. I think I just Shadow Ball here. I can always recover it back. Yeah, they are just gonna Flamethrower. Get a good chunk off, over 50%. Pop my balloon. And they should probably be Sash here. Yeah, they are. That is what I expected. I'm just going to go hard out to my Hatterene. And I think I just like click Nuzzle probably. If we see rocks, that's great for me, so I get to bounce them back. Maybe we see an explosion come out from them at some point. That could be a little bit scary. I could double back out into gold or just swap around in general. Because an explosion here, I mean, what? If they're naive, it actually does not kill me unless they get the 1 out of 16. I do like the Nuzzle play here. I can Psyshock as well. Psyshock might be just a little bit better. Yeah, let's Psyshock. No Scizor in this game makes Hatterene a little bit better. I really like it. Selena, who is that? It's the Florges. All right, so we're gonna Psyshock, get a little bit. That's a lot of damage. Wow, this thing's got to be like Specs or something, right? They got to be full offense. There's no way that they're anything different. And if I give this Pokemon up, then it's one of my bundle checks, which is tough. But I can also just knock this Pokemon out. I mean, what? I can go gold, right? Even if they trick me at this point, I don't care. I really don't at this point. I can just go gold, I think. And I can click recover. I think I'm going to go gold. It just makes a lot of sense. They could double out. They don't, which is great for me. Choice Specs Moonblast does like 130 max. As we see, a light screen. Alrighty. Light screen is scary. With the light screen up, I should be able to knock them out. I mean, I think what I do is I just recover, right? I could plot up in their face as well. I'm gonna recover once. If they choose to swap, that's okay. I am a little bit worried about Lando, right? If they Stone Edge on my Talonflame and they just run through my team with EQs. Not exactly, but, you know. I was not expecting this guy to be screens. I was expecting them to be like more baton pass or just like doubling. Sorry, I got a little bit of the nerves, man. Shaking around a little bit. It's also past midnight and I graduate tomorrow. Graduate from college, so got a lot of stuff going on. Whole family's coming around. They are sacking off the Azelf. That's totally fine with me. That is totally fine. I'm honestly thinking about just going back out to Hat. I think is solid here. I think I will. Just in case they want to Stealth Rock or anything like that. I don't want to take very much damage on my gold. Keep it healthy. As they do just Flamethrower again, that's fine. We are AV'd for a reason. And I can Nuzzle here if I want. I think Psyshock is just fine though. They just don't switch in really. Yeah, they're just gonna sack this Azelf off. And then maybe go like Hands and Heavy Slam. Anything like that makes a lot of sense. Hey. But I mean, we take the first KO, which is nice to see. But what? I mean, Hands makes the most sense, right? That's what I expect. Even if they're just booster energy attack, Thunder Punch will be able to take me out at this range. Mufasa. It's the Lando. Lando T. Let's see. If they're like offensive, Earthquake probably takes me out. They might want to Stone Edge, though. They definitely might want to Stone Edge. I have a hard time making that call to swap out. And they also might just be like, you know, if they're something like Agility, I can be in a very, very bad spot now. Right? Agility plus SD. I think Keldeo should always live one. At least. Surf 2 at KOs. I always live in EQ unless it's like +2. I do outrun them. I kind of really dig this hard Keldeo play here. Now, Keldeo is very solid here. I really kind of think that I either should go there or does Ninetales outrun them? Like, no, I just don't. I'm gonna go hard Keldeo. This may seem like a throw, and it might be if they're just clicking Earthquake, but I'm really worried about setup. That's why they would bring screens, right? Why else bring screens? Yeah, they're just gonna SD up. And what I can do is they have light screen up for a couple more turns. I can just sub, right? I'm always faster than this guy. They're endure. Okay, well, I'm very glad that I clicked that. I don't know why they did that when they have a light screen up, right? I feel like that doesn't make very much sense to me. I'm just gonna sub in your face. You never die to surf. Maybe they're expecting like choice specs, you know, choice specs hydro. But I surf now for sure, easily. And they might be like custap on this guy. Maybe something like that. They're gonna hard withdraw. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Wild, wild west. Yeah, this is a bramble. This thing should honestly take a decent bit, especially once the screen goes away. Okay, they are very, very bulky. Are you lefties? Maybe. They might be near max SPDEF. That did 5, 10, 15%. I don't know. They have a decent amount of SPDEF for sure. Power up destroys me. I mean, I'm free to surf one more time if I want. I might as well get a little bit extra chip, right? They might spike. Oh, infiltrator. Infiltrator. They're gonna just knock me out, aren't they? Okay, no, they're Wind Rider, which is what I expect in this game because I have Blizzard on Aloe Tails and I have Icy Wind potentially on this guy. Very glad that I made that play to stay in then. And we're basically back up to full. I am gonna go hard out to my Golden Go. They can't Poltergeist me. I take 0 to I take just 0 to Power Whip. That's not even true. I have no items, so they can't Poltergeist, you know. And I think we just see Power Whip come out. They're gonna Strength Sap, which is fine. I'm good as gold. Does not matter. And I get a free Shadow Ball off. This is just super free. I could also plot if I really wanted to. I think Shadow Ball is just the play though. Even Make It Rain would be all right. But this is just free, right? This is perfect. They can't Poltergeist me anymore because I got my item away. They're going to preserve the Bramble, which I think makes sense. Maybe Hands. Mega Yama. Yep, this is Hands. Let's see how much this does. They're not booster. And they take a good chunk. Jeez. Wow. They're like, what, max speed maybe? Jeez, man. I mean, if they're Earthquake, you know, max attack. I actually do not die. I could Shadow Ball this guy down. And it's a huge threat to my team. I honestly think it is worth it, right? I'm just going to Shadow Ball this guy once more. What, if you're banded, you knock me out here with an Earthquake, but you don't even knock me out with Thunder Punch. I feel like I'm free to just Shadow Ball. And I'm feeling pretty solid about this so far. And this thing is probably in range of Aloe Tails, definitely in range of Moonblast, almost in range of Weather Ball. That's some good damage, man. They're just gonna Thunder Punch. That does a good chunk, but not near enough. And I just get a Shadow Ball KO here, right? I'll just Shadow Ball. Awesome. This is perfect. If they go Lando, I'm gonna go hard Keldeo. And I can sub. I mean, the Endure stuff is scary, but I'm Vacuum Wave, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm happy that I made the hard Keldeo earlier. And if they go Lando again, I'm just going hard Keldeo. And there's no screen to worry about or anything like that. So I assume it's going to be Lando, right? Yeah, Lando. Lando T offensive for sure. I'm just going Keldeo every single time here. If you want a sword stance, try to endure shenanigans. Go for it. Be my guest, man. I never die to earthquake here. Even if there's soft sand, I only take 78 max. And then I just surf right through them. Bramble can come in and take a hit, but it doesn't want to, right? Not with the screen. Definitely does not want to with the screen, or with no screen up. So they can still play themselves into a good position here, but it's tougher. As they do EQ that time. They do a good chunk. But I mean, I just get a ton of damage off here. We're going to get a lot of health back as well. They probably will just swap on this turn. As they do, that's fine. I don't mind it. Yeah, Wild Wild West. They're going to take some extra chip. Bring them down to just like 50%-ish. Yeah, under 50% is great. And we're going to get our leftovers. I honestly kind of wanted to click sub. Banking on like an overpredict on their part. I actually really like the substitute play. I don't want to throw away this Keldeo, but at this point, the health on it does not really help me. So I'm going to try one. I'm going to try one. And like if they miss or if they predict, then I can be in a decent spot. I always outrun max speed, although I'm pretty sure they're no speed or just like very little speed. As they do double. Awesome. Let's go. I called that. That's awesome. And this is out to the bundle. Oh, great. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is just awesome for me. They're not a booster, which is great as well. Vacuum Wave easily knocks them out at +1. So I'm just going to click Calm Mind here, right? I mean, I could vac. I'm just worried about them like flip turning out to Florges or just going hard out to Florges. I'm going to Calm Mind once. This thing also could be Sash or something like that. But I feel good. Yep, perfect. So we're +1/+1. Probably Florges here. No, they go back out to the Bramble. I think I just knock them out now. I think I just straight up knock this guy out. The Florges I might not, but they're not very bulky. They were not bulky at all. Take so much to that side shock earlier. So I might just knock out a Florges. And I think I knocked this guy out with Surf. I really hope I do. Looking at the rolls, I think I should. I think Surf should just go right through him. I'm hoping at least. And this Keldeo really has the just in checkmate, man. They have no great way to get around it. Vacuum Wave one-shots the bundle now. Unless they're Sash, which I could see. I think they're probably Boots. They might be Chopple, though. But still, they can't like break through my sub as well unless I don't knock them out here. Nope, we do. We pick up that KO. That's huge. That is huge. And then this Florges, I mean, Surf has a chance to knock him out. Even if I don't, I mean, the worst they can do is a light screen, right? The worst they could do is light screen. And I'm still getting massive damage off on their entire team. As soon as that light screen's gone, then my Ninetales just sweeps them. I think I'm in the clear here. Keldeo honestly could just pull through with a 6-0. I'm not lying. And you know, I almost 6-0'd earlier in my GWA game, and then I got absolutely destroyed. So hopefully this time I'm not just, you know. But yeah, what do you go out to, right? Does Florges live this modest +1 Surf from Keldeo? What I'm looking at, based on how much my Psyshock did earlier, I mean, they might just be especially defensive, right? They might have some special defense investment to be able to live this. I mean, I can just, you know, Calm Mind and sub up on them, right? Get rid of all those turns of screens. That's kind of what I'm like hoping at this point. I do want to keep this Keldeo around if I don't knock them out here. They just live. Okay. Just barely And they wish. Ah. Okay. Wish is fine. I think, you know, if you light screen on my Calm Mind, that puts me in a tough position, right? But I think I can just Calm Mind. Because then I'll still have my, I mean, I'm getting lefties. I'm getting all this. Are you going to protect here? It's like a 50-50, right? Do you call me to do that? I'm a Calm Mind. Yeah, we see the protect. Awesome. Awesome. And I think I just knocked them out now for sure. At +2. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it. I think Keldeo, there's no way they get through it. Even a Choppleberry Iron Bundle cannot beat me at this point. I think Keldeo is just going to absolutely clean house in this game. Yeah, I mean, this guy gets their HP back, but they, even if they were max HP, which, I mean, they could be, I'm pretty sure they're still dead to this Surf. I just click Surf here. Oh, man, this was the perfect set to bring in this game. I knew it was going to work. Knew it was going to be great. I mean, it just looked insane versus their stuff. They live on 1, which is absolutely crazy. And they Moonblast. They're just going to break my sub. I don't care. Have fun. You break my sub, right? I mean, I could even sub up again if I wanted to on this turn. I'm very surprised that did not knock out based on the rolls earlier. But you're at 1 HP, right? We're +2 SPDEF, so I don't even think I die to anything Iron Bundle could do. I definitely don't think so. They might be specs. Let's see. Choice specs, freeze dry. Does not look like it would. I mean, maybe, right? If they're modest specs, which they probably could afford versus me. If they're modest specs, they do 236 on the max roll. So either they freeze me or whatever. But at that point, they just die to vacuum wave, right? I just vacuum wave this guy. Even Surf knocks it out. But I just click vac wave on this turn. Are you Chopple? Are you Sash? You are neither. Keldeo picks up that one. And the Landers is going to come in. And we are just going to 6-0 D-Ray. I mean, that just feels insane. Just feels like such a good win. You don't get 6-0s very often, especially not against such great competition, man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Keldeo just absolutely go monstrous. This Mufasa, I mean, super dead. You can click Endure if you want, but I have Vac Wave, right? As I just showed. So yeah, you are going to click Endure. Does not matter. You can get whatever you want. You can get a Salic Berry, which is maybe what we assume out of it. All right, are you going to be Salic? Something like that. Yeah, that's what I think, right? Yeah, Salic Berry. It's a cool set for sure. But I mean, I just vacuum wave, right? Even if not, I live in EQ from this guy. So we're gonna vac wave and pick up that last one. GG's to our friend there, D-Ray. Make sure you guys go check them out along with all the other ICP coaches. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace out.